I think of the show as a kind of a flow of images in which you move from one project, one body of work into another. This is certainly the biggest show that I've ever hung myself. I mean, obviously with a lot of help, but in the sense the first time I've participated in hanging a show this big, 218 prints. It's a lot of prints. We finally came up with this one-word title, Discoveries. And once we had that title, then I had my kind of lead into what I might say in my statement. And my statement is about that first camera, first of all. The discovery of that little Pony 135C camera. And the idea, I think, that it could fix images of things, clear, precise images of things, that was bordering on magic. Still is, very much to me, bordering on magic. And so that camera was my start. And it was an inspiring start and a hobby that eventually grew into a serious hobby and then into an attempt to make it, photography my life's work. I went to grad school, went away to Chicago to the Institute of Design and had a great 2-year experience photographing. As soon as I got out of grad school, I very quickly reverted to my original instinct in photography, and that was to get out and to explore and to prowl around and to photograph. And wherever there's a crowd, be it a party, a sporting event, a ceremony of some kind, even a tragedy, wherever there's action and a crowd and people, I'll be there to photograph. And the first kind of major find or discovery that I made in doing that was professional wrestling. From the time I walked into the Coliseum on that first Friday night, I just thought, my God, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I am in heaven photographing this stuff. I think it was nearly religious as it was athletic. And the crowd, they all knew each other, so it was a very communal activity. So I photographed it and put it together as my first published book. The subject matter that draws me most of all is subject matter that entails kind of passionate human experience. That's what drew me in and made me fall in love with wrestling. The passion that's there, the spectacle of it, and the human interaction with the subject. Well, high school football, is across the state a focus of community passion and community pride and excitement every week of the fall. I watched high school football and I just saw a different thing than most people. I saw, young men yearning to perform in front of their community. I saw young women, cheering them on and bands playing, and it was a spectacle, a ritual to me. I didn't really care who won or lost. I just wanted the human side of the whole thing. I often find ideas from books that I pick up, read, whatever. And the best example I can think of that, someone suggested to me that there was this amazing history of the Gulf of Mexico titled Spanish Sea. So I started traveling back and forth along the Gulf Coast. It's a little bit longer, but very interesting route. I systematically followed the Gulf Coast from the Texas-Louisiana border all the way down to the southern tip of Veracruz. The photography I did along the way is, I think, a combination of an artistic description of that coastline and the two cultures that live there, but also a documentation of what that coastline looked like. I will say that hanging the show, and now looking at it as it's going up, there's a tremendous nostalgia here that I really hadn't anticipated. Not just the pictures. I pulled out my old cameras. I mostly shoot digitally now. Brought out my 8x10 view camera, which hadn't come out of the case in probably a good 20 years now. And it's on display here along with my panoramic camera. And it's like all these old friends, you know, from past work that are surfacing now all around me. So it's very nostalgic.